Alright, keep an eye on my hands. Watch my fingers clench, push myself back this way, and my palms pull myself forward. So it's push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. Alright, so here comes the kick. Alright, now we're in the handstand. And if I'm falling too far forward, I gotta clench harder with my fingers. And if I'm falling back towards my feet, I have to pull myself forward with my palms. Here's a quick way to understand the concept of balancing on your hands. Find a higher surface and put your hands there just like you were going to kick into a handstand. Make sure we have a good grip. We want to embed that into our head. Flat hands makes it a lot harder to control the balance because we're going to use a lot of our finger strength. And when we use the flat ends of our fingers right here when we're clenched, we're in a better position to use that strength and to control ourselves. So put your hands right in front of you just like you're going to kick into a handstand. Make sure you got that grip. And then lean forward over your hands. I'm standing on my tippy toes because this ledge is pretty high. Lean forward on your hands. Above your hands, just sort of like you're imitating holding a handstand. And you got that grip. Now if you press with your fingers and you clench your fingers and you press them down and forward, you'll push yourself backwards. So lean forward and press really hard. To make this more dramatic and really feel it out, take your palms off of the surface and just push right there. See? Now leave your fingers on, push, and then bring your palms back down and then pull with your palms. Push with your fingers, put your palms down, pull with your palms. And now just try to isolate the movement. Try to make sure you're only focusing on your hands. Don't try to move yourself with your shoulders or with your elbows. Just right here. And you can move yourself side to side and around. And you're clenching. And most of that movement is coming from your hands. Granted, in this position, with our elbows bent, we're doing some push and using our triceps. But the idea is when you're right here, you can get the concept down. This isn't going to help you hold the handstand on its own, but just understanding that you're balancing yourself in the center by pushing yourself back with your fingers, pulling yourself forward. And it's a constant movement. There's no perfect spot where you're just flat above holding it. Your hands are always at work like this, keeping yourself in that center line. Even if the movement looks really, really minuscule, I'll show you right here, right now. You want to keep your shoulders fully pushed out and held out the entire time. You're really trying not to change your shoulder position at all, but your hands are constantly moving. However, if you find yourself falling forward like this, yeah, you're going to have to use your shoulders as well. So your shoulders are keeping you aligned. But my hands, your hands are what's doing most of the work. So you can see the clench, there it goes, falling. And I lost that focus. So let's try that again. And see my hands from this angle. See the clench. It's just a constant movement, constant clench and release. It's a lot of focus on the hands. And I feel like sometimes you may need to just think about doing faster hand movements. In the beginning, maybe exaggerate the hand movement. Clench really hard. Get comfortable. Well, not comfortable, but get used to clenching your hands and moving your body with your hands, with the strength of your hands. Because that's really how you're going to hold a handstand like that for a long time. And when you start looking under, the finger clench gets way more dramatic because you're going to fall forward that way if you're not clenching extremely hard. So let's look under. And when I start looking under my shoulders, my shoulders are gonna start pushing up like this. But my fingers, to keep myself from falling into a back bridge, I'm clenching them as hard as I possibly can. So especially right there, you can see my back arched a little bit. And when my back arched and I was gonna fall that way to a back bridge, I was gonna fall over, and I thought I was for a second. I was pressing my fingers down and pushing them forward as hard as I possibly could. And in return, my forearms burn like fire.